I'm interested in problems involving waves. My research focuses on modelling the way that ocean surface waves travel through the sea ice covered ocean, and also on modelling the impact that the waves have on the ice cover. One of the most important impacts that sea ice has on the climate system, for example, is that because it's so bright, it reflects the sun's rays, which cools the earth. If the ice becomes weaker because the waves are breaking up the ice cover or any other reason, that's going to have possible impacts on the climate system. I especially enjoy teaching those big first-year classes which not necessarily or often not students that have actually chosen to do maths, and you've got a chance to change their opinion. I wouldn't be in this job if I didn't enjoy teaching.
So I'm a behavioural intervention scientist and working in health, and my research uses technology to try and help people make better decisions and to maintain a healthy lifestyle. Yeah, I love what I do, and for me it is a fusion of science and creativity, because you're trying to motivate people and influence people, and to do that you really have to understand them, and people pay attention to things that are novel, so you're always trying to push that in the work that you do. A lot of what I've done has been with cancer survivors, and that's been really rewarding to design behavioural support systems for them when they've finished treatment. Some of the cancer survivors I've worked with absolutely love what we do, and some of them feel like it doesn't meet their needs at all. It's about not being disheartened by that and trying to do better, and realising that technology won't solve the problems for everyone, but there's definitely a place for it.
So my mother will tell horror stories about how I always had to be the kid out with the magnifying glass looking at what was in the grass. I broke more than a few things taking them apart to see what was inside them. Oftentimes we think that you have to wait to be a scientist working in a lab, or you have to be a uni student to be able to study a subject like neuroscience. But in fact, understanding how our brain leads to our personality and our emotion and is important for behavior is something that even young children can really start to engage with and get excited by. I organize an event called Kids Navigate Neuroscience, which is where during National Science Week, we bring in students aged 6 to 12 to the medical school. So when I started this activity, I thought, oh God, is anyone going to even want to come to the university on a weekend with their child? And in our first year, we had over 80 kids and their parents. This year, we're on track for 500.
I'm an organic chemist, so we build molecules, and the molecules that we make, we want them to be useful for biology, medicine, and the environment. Our primary driver is to understand interesting chemistry, understand the fundamentals of how bonds are formed and broken, and how to make molecules in an efficient way. And sometimes those molecules can even be useful, and in the case of our polymer made from waste, that's useful in mercury pollution. I should say we didn't set out to deal with mercury pollution directly. What we wanted to do was make a new type of polymer, a new type of plastic material. And what we ended up with was something that's very inexpensive, that's useful to capture pollution. It happens all the time in chemistry. You set out to do one thing and you have a very ambitious, interesting goal to pursue, and something gets overturned and reveals a really interesting path to go down. And we take that path quite frequently. It is playing, you're exploring the molecular world, and it's really interesting.